As I explained this morning, we're going to start the beta phase of Commerce Factory with some of our partners. So if you're interested, please keep in touch with your usual contact points at Jahia. And we're going to release Commerce Factory pretty soon. We are in the last integration tests, so there are some glitches here and there. But as I want to prove you that Commerce Factory is really coming, because it's not like last year, and that I want you to really understand the feature set of what will be provided inside Commerce Factory. We're going to play with Commerce Factory, but I'm not going to make a standard demo, you know, showing you the shop, how it is beautiful, the different components, and making a demo that has been repeated countless times. I will just go into into TX interfaces and play with the components with you, explaining the different things and how you can manipulate and build your shop, etc., etc. So it will be fully interactive in live, and I don't know how things will behave. Just cross fingers for me, please. So just a very quick introduction. Nothing new for most of you. There are major roadblocks right now in the e-commerce industry. There are tons of solutions and hundreds, thousands of websites around the world selling products online. But commerce for the big companies, Fortune 5,000 companies, for instance, it's not only having a pay button with a PayPal or even whatever payment system. It's much more than that. It's fully integrated in the supply chain management with the ERP, etc., etc. And right now, the two major issues are that the commerce applications, and I can give you some names like IBM Commerce, Oracle, Hybris, etc., etc. They are commerce engine and not experience management engines. So usually you build templates and you have your shop that has been designed one way, and the day you want to change anything on this, it's really complicated. And there is a major lack of agility. For years, for instance, IBM told to all the integrators that they had to push the editorial content into the commerce engine, and the commerce engine was to be the front end of everything. It was not supposed to be integrated in the back end and use an experience management platform in the front end. That is something that is not acceptable anymore in today's world. The second big issue that I think any integrator has faced right now is that really combining content management, marketing, and commerce, it's nearly a grail. Nobody really managed to do that, or at a cost that is incredible. So most of the time, when the project starts, everybody wants to mix editorial content to make more sales, make the page more appealing, etc., etc., and the commerce and marketing automation and things like that. And when the project is launched, usually 9 months, 12 months, 18 months later, and from my experience, I've seen commerce projects that took more than 18 months to be launched. They had to sacrifice something, at least one of the three major parts they were hoping to put in place. So the integration time and the costs are really huge. And in a time where your business can be disrupted at any moment, look at the speed where Uber disrupted the taxi industry, and I won't give you a list of all the sectors that have been already disrupted, and the list of sectors that will be disrupted in the next 24 months will be higher. If you start a project that from the day one, you know that in the best case scenario will be online in 1 year, perhaps 2 years, it's just impossible to survive. So the lack of agility is really a major issue. And finally, you have the problem of mixing technologies. The market today, you have high-end platforms. I've given a few names the major ones, the bigger platforms, e-commerce platforms a few minutes ago. They are Java-based, they are very expensive, and the time for integration is really tremendous. You have cloud-based platforms if you want to go fast, but cloud-based platforms are like BigCommerce or Shopify, Woosshop, sorry. It's not for the big companies. They don't match the requirements of the business of the big companies. Even SMB companies, most of the time, cannot use this kind of platforms. There are not enough features and not enough flexibility. They cannot integrate with their backend systems, etc. There is only one cloud-based solution, which is Demandware, that gives really a feature set that is interesting for the major companies. But the problem with Demandware, as you may know, is that their business model is on revenue sharing. They take 3 or 5% of the whole revenue made online, which is unacceptable for most of the companies. And you have mid-range platforms, but mid-range platforms most of the time are PHP-based. So if you want to use a digital experience management platform, or even a simple CMS, which is in Java or in .NET, and you want to mix that with PHP, it's a nightmare. I think that do we have integrators here that have tried to do that and I've suffered to make this kind of integrations? No? Lucky you. We had some last year in Paris, and some of our integrators in Europe do that because they don't have any other solutions, and they tell us that it's really a nightmare. Otherwise, you have a few mid-range solutions that are only a few libraries and APIs in Java, so you have to code everything on your own. The backend, the interfaces to manage the products, etc., etc. I've represented the market, rough overview of the market like it is right now, in my opinion. So you have the global cost of acquisition of a software plus integration, etc., and the feature set. And so in red you have the big names I've cited a few minutes ago. So Demandware can be very low or very high, in fact, because it's revenue sharing. And most of the lower part are cloud-based solutions or PHP, on-premise PHP solutions, but not really convincing to manage a full user experience. So that leads us to Marketing Factory. And why did I make this introduction? Is to explain how we've decided to come with this solution and what were our motivations. Commerce Factory? I said market, sorry. So Commerce Factory. As usual at Jahia, we wanted to provide something that was ready to customize, not ready to configure, because all the clients, all our customers have specific needs, and we know that if we provide something that is too ready to use, just configuring a few parameters, most of our customers will say, no, I want something different from what you've built. I want to have this option that is not in the product, etc., etc. So our philosophy is always to provide something that is as ready to use as possible, but customizable by the integrators to match the exact business needs of for the final customers, because that's what is important at the end, to be able to implement the business needs exactly as the customers conceive their business and think that it will be successful. So the presentation, I will do a mix between a few slides and mostly playing with the product. There are 5 major points. I've regrouped things in 5 major points for you to have clear ideas. So the store building experience, the merchant features that are provided inside the offer, how you can drive the customer journey and anything related to the commerce insights and the link with Marketing Factory, the experience management and Commerce United, which is the grail I was speaking before. And we'll finish by more an overview of the architecture and the agility of the solution and the way it is, because part of the audience here is technical and you want to understand how it's built. So we're gonna see that also. So first thing, really rapidly, the store building experience. I'm gonna switch to my, with it. Okay, this is our demo shop. Oh, it doesn't switch. Perhaps I have to stop the presentation. Okay. Okay, this is, so Marketing Factory is given as a package, and we have a demo website just to help. Commerce Factory. I'm sorry, I'm so thinking about all the products at the same time. Commerce Factory will be, so it is a set of Jahia components, all the backends that handle the payment services, the shipping services, we will see that in details, and a demo shop just to see for the integrators and the customers to see different components available in action and test that, and is their work, make them available to take the different components that appear in this demo and just revamp them and introduce the exact needs of their customers. So I won't spend a lot of time on navigating on the website, just a 3 or 4 pages just to show you how it is built. So it's standard Jahia templates with standard Jahia components. So you don't have to learn anything new, you just code things as you do usually with Jahia. You manipulate nodes with properties. In fact, all the catalog is in the backend, and we'll see that in details later. But it's transparent for the developers. They just code like usual Jahia components. And so you have manual navigation. You can do manual navigation and add pages. You can have automated navigation based on templates that will automatically be filled with the catalog. So here, so it's pretty basic in terms of shopping, but it helps to see the different things. So you have all the categories and subcategories, and you can have an unlimited number of subcategories if you want. Here you have all the products of this category and subcategory. You have automated facets for each category. So as soon as you create new products, you introduce new products in the system, and you create new, what we call features, which are the different variations of the product, the size, the color, whatever, the fabric, if it's t-shirts. It's automatically indexed and appears as facets that you can use directly. We have, so I won't show you right now all the different components that are available. We're going to list them quickly later. What I'm going to do is just going into the edit mode of the same website. And so, as you can see, here you have classical tree. So if you want to add a subpage, let's say, I want a test page here. We're going to fill that after. Okay, I have a new test page that is here, that is empty. So here, as usual, you have all the components available in your platform, and you have when you deploy Commerce Factory, you have 2 new set of components. All the commerce pay components, everything that is related to the cart, to the payment system, to the buying funnel, etc. So the checkout payment form, sign-up form, transaction details to show transaction details at the end of the. So you can recompose all the buying funnel exactly as you want, whether on the templating side or directly in edit mode, depending on what you want to do. But right now we are more on the store building experience. So we have the store components, and the store components, as you can see, there's perhaps 20 different components provided by default. Some of them are very complex, or not complex, but they have a lot of options on them. It's on purpose. For instance, we have a component that just lists products with all the valuable options in the API. So if you want after that for your own customer to create a specific list of usable list of products with a limited set of options, for instance, it's your business as integrators to do that and to make the platform exactly at the end of the person who will have to manage it. So let's say that I want, there's an echo. I want, for instance, I don't know, let's take the major one, a product list. So it's not a demo I've repeated, I'm just using the components as is, so at the end, I might have something that doesn't look really nicely, but it's just to show you how usable it is by default when you start with the product. And all the thing you have to do after that is to override it and to customize it to the needs of your customer. So let's say that I want to show, no, what was that? What kind of category type, tag type. I don't know what kind of thing that can be really easy to understand. Well, I'm going to make a full list of products, and then we're gonna limit the type of things. So you've seen I've just put the list item, and all the products are listed here automatically. And then if at any time I want to refine this and say, okay, I want only the product that are services. I don't know if we have some. We only have one that is flagged as services in the database of product. So it took me just 1 second to do that. And if I want to have, I will remove the services. We'll take all the products, and what do we have? The promotion, perhaps. So here I'm going to put only the all the products. No, sorry, no. My database is fake, so I don't know by default all the things. That's why I do it in live, just to show you that it works in live, but I may make some mistakes. We're going to come back on this a little bit later. I'm going to show you other components to build your shop. You have in all the different pages. So ready to use, you have the list of products. You have the feature products. So all the product that has been flagged as feature that you want to push, the merchandisers want to push. So you have the components for the filtering. You have the components for the last viewed product. So each time a customer comes on the website, we store the products he has viewed, so we can decide to show him. Let's return in the page that I've created just before and drop that. Visited products. I'm going to drop that here. Max. Put 6 products. Okay, that's the latest products I've seen as a user, because I browsed the demo during while I was eating and reviewing the thing. If I want to change that and just show in the area, not clicking on the right list, sorry. Just show 3 of them. So it's really highly configurable, very easy for anybody to build a complete experience. If we go in live to discover other different components we have, if I go on the home page, for instance, we have some of them. So all the new products, the products that are here since a specific date or a certain number of days, for instance. All the products which are in promotion for all the website, or just a category, or just the one that are color blue, or whatever dimension you want to refine. You have the components to build a search. So if I search for, let's say, I'm going to take, okay. This is a brand name, Nuke. And there is only one product here. So you have an advanced search with immediate results directly available in the product. You just have to drop that in your templates and customize the look and feel. If you don't want to show the categories, if you don't want to show other things, you can. Let's find something else. If I want all the products of football, so I have different categories matching my search, different products matching my search. If I want to see more results, I will be redirected on a page with all the products that match this specific search, etc., etc. If I want to go into a product detail, which is another component, obviously, that you can customize. So So I have variations. You have an unlimited number of variations. I can add that to my cart. So I can continue my shopping. We'll see the cart later. So I cannot show you any of the components right now. It will be too long. But in my slides, I have a few. A list of the main ones that are provided by default. So you have all the product categories, the product list, the product details, the browns. I'll show you that. The promotions, the new products. Twice. You have the new products twice, according to my slide. You have the features products. All the search that we've just seen, the faceted search, automatic faceted search for each product category. You also have the convenient components to build comments, rating, and reviews, and we'll see later that all the data that are inputted by the buyers or the prospects are stored and can be reused for analytics later on. We also have so all the components for the building the shopping cart, the checkout, things like that. The shopping cart is persistent, so if someone comes, puts things in his shopping cart and leaves the website and comes back a few days later, his shopping cart will still be full of the items he put in it previously. So all the components to create the buying funnel, the account opening, the user details, the order history of the user, and components for a user to ask for a return and things like that. So I'm trying not to be half the time I have already. Sorry, I'm going to go faster. So the merchant features. So everything that the merchants can do with Commerce Factory by default. Sorry. So by default, with Commerce Factory, you have multiple catalogs, meaning that you can prepare different catalogs for seasonal sales or winter, summer promotions, anything like that, and you can switch from one catalog to another one. So you can prepare in advance the winter season and publish that. That's by default one of the capabilities of the product. Obviously, we have multiple languages. We manage multiple currencies, the taxes, VAT, and specific taxes for different countries if necessary. The system can manage physical products, so any type of physical product, virtual products, so like tickets for a concert or whatever kind of things you can order, but that is not delivered at home as a physical product, and downloadable products also. The merchants can manage the product's availability. They can also publish products and define at what time the order, the product will be deliverable. So meaning that you can take pre-orders, for instance. You can have intermittent products. For each product, you have a calendar. You can say, okay, this product is available from that date to that date, or every morning, or every Monday, or whatever, which is very convenient, for instance, for all the products like spectacles, sport games, and sports ticketing, and things like that. So for each product, you can have an unlimited number of variations, SKU. whether it's size, color, any number of combinations. There are no limits. And you can define an unlimited number of features, whether at a category size. So if you say, for instance, in cycling, all my products will have this kind of features, like the weight, the size, the color. And at a product level, you can add other features that will describe the product more in details. Finally, the merchants, obviously, with Commerce Factory by default, have payment gateways that are available. Just have to configure it with the right credentials. So by default, we have PayPal authorized net for the USA. The other ones are more European Payline, Paybox, SIPS are more European payment systems. And you can, as integrators, you can implement new custom payment providers if you want. So if authorized.net is not the one you want and you want to add a new one to Commerce Factory, you can do that, obviously. There is all the mechanism for email notification of the orders, etc. Very easy to configure and to extend because it's only mustache files for the one who knows it. You can manage your return policy. We have the stock availability directly implemented in the system, so you can, as a merchant, can say, okay, if the stock is lower than X, then we put that information directly on the product description, or if the product is the stock is lower than that, the product must disappear to avoid any problem of delivery, thing like that. And you can also integrate, if you want, with third-party stock management because it's a microservice, the stock management. So you can override it and say, okay, I won't use the internal features because I need something more complex. I need to have that working with my SAP, for instance. And so you're going to make your own implementation of your stock management. Each product list has its own facet. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. And the catalog management, that's something I will show you, is done directly inside Digital Experience Manager. So there are different ways, and we'll see that a little bit later, to manage your products. But let's say that you have a simple scenario, and you have a team of people managing your website directly in DX. You don't have any backend systems, enterprise, AS400 that store all the products of the company. So you can just go inside the site settings of your website, go into store management, choose the catalog you want to use, and for instance, for this category, I want to see all the products that are here. I want to change the product. So it's more a traditional ergonomy because it's really catalog management. You hear me correctly? Yeah. Sorry. In catalog management, you cannot make really fancy things because it has to be productive, etc., etc. But here you can change nearly anything about your product. So you have the product properties. So here there are no properties. So let's say that the format, I'm going to create a new property just for this product, and the format is round. And let's say that the texture, it's not texture, but let's say that it's leather. I don't have the word in English, sorry. The features that can also appear in the product description. If you have variants you can have different SKUs, so create as many variants as you want. The calendars, I told you, you can add or exclude period of time where the product is available. So I won't add that right now. If it's a product that is linked to a specific location, like tickets for a baseball game, you can add the location using the map or entering the IP, the address. You can add suggestions, so link products together. So when someone sees a product, he will see all the suggestions that you have specifically So you have all the shipping information that can be filled manually, but most of the time you won't fill that manually. We're going to see that after. And you can manage all the translations. So I'm going to close this product. So here you have all your catalog with all the categories. If you want to create a new category, a new catalog, it's here. If you want to create a new category, you just have to do that. And so you can manage fully your shop and the shop administration and the shop building directly in DX. So for mid-sized projects, I would say that Commerce Factory is enough in itself. You don't need other things. But most of the time, you have much more complicated things to handle. Let's go back 2 seconds to, perhaps more than 2 seconds, but a few seconds, a few minutes perhaps, on my slides, just to give you an idea of what you have. So we've seen that you have a lot of store components to build the different pages or type of pages, automated pages if you want to have automated ones, with a lot of standard components that you can use in a shop, on a standard e-commerce website. But we have also merchandising components, which are advanced components that can you help to make shop animation and raise the conversions. So in this category of components, a good part of them are based on machine learning. By default, we have machine learning algorithm embedded in the system that will analyze. So we collect all the data, all the navigation, all the buyings, all the products that are put in cart, for instance, even if the cart is abandoned. And this is analyzed by the system to make real-time recommendation. And you have components, you just drag and up, say, okay, here I put a recommendation, and I will put a recommendation based on, for instance. So we have the basic merchandising components like promotional coupons, personalized coupons by user of type of users, discounts, buy these products and get this product for free, for instance. We have a Google Shop integration, so if you activate that, all your product catalog will be sent to Google for a better indexation and will be recognized by Google. The user have wish lists, which is convenient. That they can share the wish list with their friends, etc., like you have on Amazon, for instance. You have real-time codes for major shipping providers. There is an API for the shipping, and you can integrate with nearly the 5 biggest shipping providers in the world. And here you have everything related to recommendation. So latest views product, it's not recommendation. It's just an observation, and we show that. But the suggested product will be based on the machine learning algorithm. It will suggest your product based on what you've seen, what you've bought, compared to what other people have seen and bought, and trying to find patterns between the behaviors of the current user and other buyers. You have components for the best sellers, if you want to put that in front to push the best seller product. You have the most popular, so the most viewed products, or the most bought products. We have also machine learning algorithm to find and provide the products that are most frequently bought together, or the products that are bought and viewed by the same people. We have similar products. We have Notion premium products, and we have product comparison. I can show you that quickly because I'm really late, as usual. When I have to demonstrate a full brand new product, which is big, I always lack of time. If you remember last year, the one where in Paris Marketing Factory, I had 1 hour, I spent 2 hours on stage. Sorry. So let's see that, the comparison. Going live. It's up. I will take this and this product and this product, and I will say compare. And so here there are only two features that are defined for this product, so it's very simple. But if you have for electronic products or phones, for instance, you may have 10, 20, 50 different lines, the processor, the speed, the size of the screen, etc., etc. You can imagine. So all the system builds that automatically. You just have to create to use the component, and the product comparison is a built-in feature. You don't have to do anything except revamp it or decide that some of the features you don't want to put them in the comparison, for instance. It's customization, but from the start, from day one, you can use that and start to prototype also very quickly with your customers to decide what they want to put in place in their website, for instance. So everything around in the shop, on ordering, changing the view. So we use the standard Jahia views that you know that can be applied on any component. So here the difference is not really big, but you can imagine that you make the design you want for the view you want. So it's really very, very easy to build your shop and to manage it. Let's go back to my presentation. So another point, as I said a few times, we are tracking inside Commerce Factory all the shop activity. Who buy what, when, etc. All this information is stored in Elasticsearch. And there is a full API that we use for the components that are built in. If you drag and drop a component that will show the last or the most bought products, in fact, it uses the API to call the data that is stored in the product. And by default, we provide, so there is a full access to this data with an API. So if you know Elasticsearch or if you know Kibana, for instance, you can build absolutely any dashboard, any report you want for your customer. If your customer has a very specialized business or want to know something that is very specific, you can do that easily, or you can do that for him. By default, there are 3 dashboards that will be provided with different information, like the daily revenue. Here it's a daily revenue by top categories. Here it's a daily number of sold articles, etc., etc. So a few components that are here to provide sales analytics by default, and that can be easily extended because all the data is here, indexed in Elasticsearch, and you have the API, so you build whatever you want. And if you want to store more information, it's up to you. I think everybody in this room or all the integrators in this room knows how to store new information in Elasticsearch, and if there are information that we don't capture, that you want to capture, you can try to do that. Okay, so we have the live recommendations using the components that you can build in your pages to build your store. But we also have cold recommendation. What I call cold recommendation is that you want to make a campaign, a mail campaign. You want to say, okay, marketer, I want to extract all the people that went and that wanted to buy this product, for instance, and that abandoned their cart. Because I want to send an email campaign to those guys to say, okay, you will have a 10% rebate if you come back in the next 24 hours. Well, you have everything to do that. You can run this kind of algorithm and get this data extracted very easily. Finally, Marketing Factory, and I'm not wrong, and Commerce Factory work together. So the navigation is captured in Marketing Factory. The orders can be pushed inside Marketing Factory also. So they are stored internally, obviously, because you're on a commerce system, so we store the orders. But you can push also this kind of information inside Marketing Factory. So in Marketing Factory, you have a profile. We've seen Elie Ovray's profile 1 hour ago. We know that Elie lives in Paris. We have collected some data about him already. And we can also add in the same profile the information coming from Commerce Factory. We know that he's buying a new phone every 2 weeks, a new Mac every 3 months. We know that he loves to browse the section about cycling, but as he is lazy, he never bought the cycle. No, I'm just inventing, sorry. It's not true, but I'm trying to give a clear picture. So everything, all this information can be stored in Marketing Factory. And the interest also, if you know a little bit Marketing Factory, you know that you can apply interest, so concept on your pages and say, okay, this category or this page means that the person that browses it has this kind of interest with a weight. Sorry. All the navigation people do on the shop can be captured and transferred into interest and do lead scoring in Marketing Factory, for instance. All the login events, the user details are captured. Also, you can set goals in Marketing Factory saying, okay, I want a specific goal to target the people who enter in my site by this page and who goes to this page or who goes to this other page, etc. All the capabilities of Marketing Factory, the tracking capabilities of Marketing Factory can be used. And obviously, you can mix personalization components brought by Marketing Factory and Commerce Factory inside a Commerce Factory website. For instance, if you want to make in your home page, you want to target the people that have already bought something, or that have never bought something, or a third variant, which is the people that have bought something, but more than 2 years ago, with a specific, you can do that pretty easily. Just drag and drop, Marketing Factory. You can create personalization and A/B testing also. Really close from the end. Sorry, I could spend much more time to show the details of the product, but this gives you a good idea of what you'll get. So you can mix completely, and I haven't showed that, but I will take 1 minute just to show that. You can mix real editorial content, the famous growl, and catalog-based pages, and commerce pages. We're going to see that. You can enrich the products directly in the product database or directly inside JahiaX. I'll show you that also. You can leverage third-party applications. You know that JahiaX can be, for instance, linked to a DAM, a backend DAM. So we have friends from Dalim here in the room, which is a partner providing a DAM. You can fully imagine that you have a product in your website and with just one picture by default, which is provided by the enterprise catalog, and you want to add more pictures that are coming from an external DAM. It's not even stored inside JahiaX. You can do that just by mounting the DAM inside JahiaX and drag and dropping the assets in the page. So you can build a full ecosystem really easily and rapidly. And you can create, obviously, microsites and microsites or dedicated pages. So not the page detail, the product detail automatically served by the templates, but really a custom-made page with rich content. And I'll take 1 minute just to show you that. Before showing you that, the architecture, because it's really important for some of you. So let's say that you have your enterprise catalog, whatever the format is. Here we start with Marketing Factory. We have a PIM, which is an SQL database that can handle the products. The interface you saw in JahiaX when I was updating a product goes into this database. This database can be published, and is published, in fact, to a catalog that is the one that is really runs the store. And we have a layer of microservices. So for the catalog services, payment services, shipping services, card services, accounting, recommendation, and you can create your own services, obviously. And you have Digital Experience Manager in front, and everything communicates through the external data provider, okay? And finally, you have your storefront. You can do native apps if you want, because you have a REST API and JSON. We only communicate with REST API and JSON format. So if you want to create native apps, it's absolutely possible by default with Marketing Factory. all the layer of services is written in Scala, but you can use Java or any other language of the JVM. But for performance reason, it has been developed in Scala, so it's really high performance. And those different microservices, if you update one, if you override one, to restart a microservice, it's usually less than 1 second. So if you want to just update the accounting service with something new inside it, you restart just this microservice, in less than 1 second, the reboot is done. So no interruption. And the published catalog is an Elasticsearch. So everything is stored, and that's why it's super fast for the search, for the faceting, etc. And we use Spark to have all the machine learning algorithm turning. I take 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. I promise. So that was the end. I'm not. It's not fake, but. Thank you. I just want to show you something because it will explain how Agile is a solution. Here I have my website, and let's say I have a new product that I have to launch. I have a new product that I have to launch, so I create a page. Yep. So here, I don't want to provide the automated, detailed page when I click with an automated rendering for all my catalog and my normal shop. I want to do a full custom thing. And what I can do, because I am in DX and everything is transparent for the authors, I will go in the search panel and I will say, okay, I want the t-shirts. Up. Here I have instantly all the t-shirts coming from my catalog in Elasticsearch. And I will just take, so I will activate this area. I will just take this product. And I have my product with all the information that so I have a view. A view is the rendering side that has been coded by the developer. And I will take another product. Let's say I want to promote 2 products. And here, just to show the difference, I'm going in the layout, and I'm going to apply another view, for instance. So those views are very simple. They are not really beautiful, but you understand the concept. You can code the rendering of the product component exactly as you want, calling the data you want. In the second view, we decide to show the price and the compare feature, while we don't call that in the rendering of the first view, the one by default. So if you want to make a view, for instance, for very high-end, like for jewelries or things like that, and you want something that is really beautiful, you can create a view that is targeted to show jewelries or watches or whatever, and you can manipulate each product as a single element if you want. Not only templates showing list of products and product details always the same. It's fully customizable. And if you want just to add editorial content, well, it's Jahia. So if you want to put a rich text here, and sorry, it's really ugly, but here I've added my big text. And if I want to add an image or whatever, I will take one here. Well, it's normal Jahia. So you can take, you have your editorial content. You can build the page you want. You can move the things wherever you want. Here I'm on 1 column, but if I had 2 or 3 columns, I could reorganize my full page. So that's it. I'm sorry it was too short, as usual. But I think you're going to have a lot of information in the coming weeks and a lot of details.